Hey guys, so sorry about this. I just started another stream. Hopefully you guys will make it over here. Yay! Hey guys, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Hey Jen Gerard is in the house. Woohoo! Okay, baby. Someone wants to say hi. Hello everyone. I'm Miss Fuzzy Butters. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me and thank you so much for your patience. I really don't know what happened. Hopefully that won't happen again. I think I was just having a little bit of a disconnect with my Wi-Fi. Hey, you want to say hi to everyone? Oh my goodness. She's been napping all day. I don't know why she's so sleepy now, huh? Okay, let's put you down. I have a little bully stick. Whoop, I have a little bully stick here for her to keep her occupied. Oh my gosh. So Jen Gerard is here. I actually just met her in person over the past couple of days, and it was so lovely to meet her. So Jen, thank you so much for tuning in. I know you just drove the long drive back to LA from here, so thanks. Hi, everyone. So I just wanted to start this live stream by saying thank you guys so much. I hit 60,000 subscribers, and Yasmin, thank you so much. She's congratulating me on 60K. It's amazing. I still feel like, you know, when I hit 10K, it was like such a huge thing. I'm still getting over that. And it's amazing that my channel is growing, and I can't thank you guys enough. And I always tell people that I just have the best community here. So anyway, just wanted to say that. And usually when I kind of hit milestones, what I like to do are these like Q&As or get to know me kind of chats, because, you know, there's a lot of new subscribers here that may not have heard previous ones, or don't know what I do, or, you know, etc. So I thought that's what we would do today. Barb Robbins is saying, seems like 20K was just yesterday. I agree. I mean, time really, really flies. And yeah, it's just been absolutely wonderful. So, Emily Sales. Now, nothing gets by you guys either. I mean, you guys really keep me in check, which I absolutely love. So Emily Sales is asking, where did my artwork go? So I had a framed picture there. I actually took it down because my monitor is right there. And if you go back to some of those videos, you can actually see like a reflection of me in the artwork. And I kept trying to angle it, but then like I have a window back there, and then that was reflecting. And then if I kind of angled it the other way, my light was reflecting. So I took it down. I'm just going to eventually have to hang it up. So anyway, new subscribers. Hello. Thank you so much. Did you have cake to celebrate? I actually celebrated 60K with some ice cream. Ice cream is kind of like my dessert weakness. I'm more of like a salty, greasy, fatty kind of fiend. I can usually easily skip dessert. That's not a big deal for me. But I had to have some ice cream. There's a new like frozen custard shop that opened up, ironically, right next to my gym, called CJ's Custard. So I wanted to try it and decided to go there, and it was delicious. I couldn't even finish it. It was so gigantic. It came in like one of those waffle bowls, and it was amazing. So Patricia's asking, need a doggy daycare recommendation for Las Vegas. I take Miss Fuzzy Butters to K9 Country. It's K-9 or just K9 and country with a K. They're right off of Blue Diamond or Windmill, basically, and Las Vegas Boulevard. So it's a pretty central location. I don't know if you are near there, but they have all these different ways of paying, memberships or not memberships, or day by day or whatever. So I actually have her there under like a membership. I pay like a certain amount for the year, and they have different levels, and then it takes, you know, a couple dollars off of her actual daycare. And they're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And they have amazing services. They have a ton of people watching all the dogs. They have a small dog and a large dog area. So it's really great. I would look into it. K9 Country. Heaven's Angels. Shout out to Heaven's Angels. Let's see. Can you let me know what are the best hotels to stay in Las Vegas? I'm a big, big fan of Aria. So there's something called City Center, which is on the Strip, but it's called City Center. It's not the center of the city, but they have like a condo there. They have Aria, which is like the big casino and hotel there, and it's on the newer side. I think at this point maybe it's like 10 years old, but it's on the newer side. So I happen to like that because smoking indoors is still allowed here in Vegas. So if you go to the older hotels like Bellagio, Venetian, even the Wynn, when you walk onto the casino floor, the smoke can be overbearing, especially if it's crowded, if you're here over a weekend. But Aria is newer, and so their ventilation is a little bit newer, and everything is a little bit newer. It's not so ingrained in the carpeting or whatever. So I happen to really like Aria, staying there. How has your life schedule changed as your channel has grown? This is a question from Terrible Decisions. Designs. Sorry, Terrible Decisions. My schedule has changed in that it's just gotten busier. I've always been one that I always seem to have like a main job and then like my side hustle or two side hustles. And so when I moved from Las Vegas, I pretty much just had my main job, my main source of income. I didn't really have a side hustle. In New York, it was easy for me to get a side hustle. I knew people always needed help doing something, whatever. So I was always working weekends or whatever, my off hours. And so YouTube kind of became my side hustle after not having one here. I don't know, maybe a couple months. It kind of took me a while to kind of like get into it, but it really hasn't changed my life too much. I work from home. You do YouTube from home. I don't know. I think it's strange. It's strange for me. I'm a fairly introverted person, and I'm a little bit older. I'm 45. I'm going to be 46. So kind of being in the public eye is very strange. Like I'm still completely fascinated by social media and putting yourself out there. So I would say the biggest change for me has just been like, I don't know, just like everyday life. Like on the very rare occasion, but it has happened. I'll go to the mall and someone will recognize me, and it's amazing. It's great. It's absolutely wonderful, but it's weird. It's very, very weird. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Elisa. Elisa Stanfield is asking, do you like to read, listen to podcasts? I do like to read a lot. And I keep trying to listen to podcasts. I actually have a very hard time like audibly retaining information. It seems to kind of, I don't know, I seem to tune out very easily, and people are like, oh, just, listen to podcasts when you drive or whatever. And I'm like, I'm either driving or I'm listening. Like I can't seem to do both. It's very strange. So I'll tune in at like a stoplight, but as soon as I start driving again, I completely miss what the person says. So anyway, yeah, so I'm trying with the podcast because I like to read in New York when you're walking around, and I'm originally from New York, if you guys don't know that. On the subway, there's just so much reading time, or there's so much productivity time. Where now in the car, you're just driving. Like you can't, to me, it's such wasted time that I would love to be able to listen to a podcast or listen to an audiobook or something like that. But it's been really, really hard for me to do. But I do like to read. Hi, Wanda. Wanda is knitting as she's listening to me. That is awesome. Maisie Daisy 100, fave YouTube channels. I have quite a few. I've mentioned Alana Davison on here. She's a Canadian YouTuber. She's very young. She's in her 20s, and she's a fairly big channel. I think she's well into her like 600,000 subscriber channels. So I really enjoy her channel. She's just very, and I hope this doesn't come off the wrong way, but she's just very like normal. She's never like involved in any drama. She's just very like chill. She does really, beautiful everyday kind of makeup. So I just really enjoy her. I enjoy her energy. She's on the calmer side. So she's one I really enjoy, and my really good friends on here, and of course I love their channels. It's just fun to watch them. Like Risa does makeup, Stephanie Marie, Allison Chase, Abby Bliss White, all these people I just really, really enjoy. I'm trying to think think of people that maybe I haven't mentioned or that aren't necessarily like have mentioned before and aren't necessarily friends per se. Can you shout me out so mom can believe me? Hi, Heaven's Angels, shout out. Oh, you know who channel I'm actually really enjoying is Smoky Glow. She's young. She's also in her 20s, and she, you know, I think she calls herself a gossip channel, but she really doesn't. Maybe she has one video when something happens, she'll kind of talk about something, but it'll usually be when she's doing makeup. But she has a lot of content, and she's just very, very witty. So I like her. That's Smoky Glow. Can you show us, hi from DC, hello. Can you show us your handbag collection? I would, if I could. Embarrassingly enough, all of my handbags are in a big kind of like container storage unit with shelves in my garage. I don't really have the room to keep them in my house, which is crazy. But I have a lot of handbags, and they're all down there, and I haven't taken care of them. I mean, I could, you know, my living situation is hopefully very temporary. We're in a rental. My husband and I moved to Vegas about 2.5 years ago, and we just, you know, he's born and bred in New York City. I was raised in Jersey, but had lived in New York for 25, 26 years. And so we just didn't know, we just didn't know what we were doing. So we moved here, and we still kind of don't know what we're doing. So anyway, hopefully I'll have my handbag situation, you know, fixed. But for now, not so great. Oh, Jen loves reviews. Sorry, someone just mentioned Jen loves reviews. Ooh, Justine, she wants to know what my Myers-Briggs personality type is. And I don't know if you guys know that, but Myers-Briggs is like a personality test. It's a very long one. And there's 16 different personalities, and there's basically 4 different categories. So I'm an ISTJ. And I is for introverted. S is for, I can't even remember. S is for, is it sensing? T is maybe thinking, and then J is judging instead of, I think, perceiving, because I know the last one is either J or P. So I'm an ISTJ, and I think they call us, they have like little nicknames for all of the 16 different personality types. I think we're the inspector. I think that's what we are. So yeah. Which white suede, okay, well, I'm trying not to talk about makeup today. I'm trying to focus on personal stuff. But just quickly, I do like the Neiman Marcus white suede bar. Hi, oh, welcome from Tara Babies. She is by far, I talk about her so much that I try not to mention her, but she is probably my favorite YouTube channel. I never miss a video. It's like I'll stop whatever I'm doing when she uploads her Saturday hauls, because I love them. I love people who are really like just unapologetic about whoever they are. And she just loves makeup, and she just really, really enjoys playing around with makeup or whatever. So I just really enjoy her channel. It's like, you can feel how much she loves it. So I love Tara Babies. Just on my right, Gothamista is great. Why did I move to Vegas? So, God, there's so many different kind of aspects of our move to Vegas. The main thing is we were slowly just kind of getting priced out of New York City. So my husband was kind of between jobs, and his job, his former position in New York, was greatly affected by the crash of 2008. So, you know, he was kind of like in and out of jobs or whatever, and it was impossible for like one of us to carry all of our bills, our mortgage and everything. So it was really, we were living too tightly. And I was like, I was fed up. And after living in New York for a long time, you start to realize how expensive it is and how you're paying such a premium for such shitty quality, if you will. Like the MTA subway rates, just as an example, goes up continuously. I mean, probably more than just once a year. It goes up and it goes up, yet the service diminishes. So it was just, you know, it just gets to you after a while. And so we just started thinking about other options. And my husband's always liked to come to Vegas. He loves like hot, dry weather. He loves the Strip. And so he would come all the time. He likes to play poker. My parents actually live outside of Vegas. They live in Henderson, which is like the big suburb here. And so we, you know, in coming to visit my parents, it was like we got to know Vegas outside of the Strip. Because, you know, most people who, when they come to visit Vegas, they only know the Strip. They only know the casinos, and that's all they know of Vegas. They think that's all Vegas is. But it really isn't. I mean, it's just a very nice suburb. It's just a very like chill. Everyone here is like very, very chill, very, very friendly. You know, the pace is like 5,000 times slower than New York City. So it was nice. And for me, it was the standard of living. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Our expenses here are a fifth of what they were in New York City. And, you know, I'm finally comfortable. Like we could finally kind of exhale, you know, it was like, yeah. So anyway, so I'm glad we moved to Vegas, but it was really kind of random. Like I don't like hot weather at all. And as I'm saying this, I think it's like 110 degrees outside. It's like I almost can't even think about it. So anyway, oh, where in Jersey did you grow up? So for like the first half of my childhood, I grew up down the shore in Manalapan, Englishtown, which is like Bon Jovi, Bruce Springsteen land. And then I moved up north to Berkeley Heights. So I grew up there basically. What do you do when you're stressed? How do you deal with your stress? I'm not a very stressed out person. I tend to just sort of, I don't know, face it head on. It's like I'll figure out what exactly is stressing me out, and then I will try and fix it. You know, like if I'm stressed out because I have too much work, I will just work until I feel comfortable with where I'm at. Oh my God, Nick is here. Nick from the Viewer's Voice is here. Hello, Nick. I'm actually very honored that you're here. Nick is someone I just met over the past couple of days, and what a sweetheart. What an absolute sweetheart. It's very nice to have. Oh my gosh, what were we talking about? Jersey. Oh my gosh, you're from Holt. Oh, yay. Yay. Sun Queen is asking, is my husband Chinese also? No, he is not Chinese. He is half Puerto Rican, half Dominican. Oh my gosh, hello from Switzerland. Hi, Diana. Welcome. I'm kind of dying to go to Switzerland. I've never been, and I hear it's just like one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Let's see. Oh, how did you come to the decision to not color your hair? I guess it's more I just never started. So I've never colored my hair, ever. And so it wasn't like, okay, I'm going to stop now. It was more like, I just don't want to start, basically is what it is. It's just, I'm really not into maintenance. And the idea of like having to go to the salon like every month to get my hair colored, blah, blah, I just can't. I just can't. So, yeah, oh, sorry. Sorry, my like chat is like jumping again. Oh, so Laura's asking, what do you do for your other job? Hi from Australia. Hello, Australia. I am, I don't know why it's taking me so long to come up with the answer. I am a hand knitwear designer. So I design like basically women's garments for the hand knitter. So what I end up selling is like the pattern. So if you're a knitter, you know, and you go and you buy yarn and there's like a pattern you want to follow, I've written that pattern. I've designed the piece and written that pattern. So that is what, that's what I do. I'm taking a little hiatus right now. I was really going full steam with it, kind of freelance. And then I ended up at a yarn company as their design director. And I'm just burned out. You know, it's hard enough. It's hard enough being creative and trying to make a living off of it. And then being the design director, it was like, I had to be creative, like all the time, on the spot, immediately. Like, oh, we need something for such and such. I'd be like, oh, okay. So I'm just a little burned out. So yeah, I'm just taking a little bit of a hiatus. I'm thinking probably through the summer, I'll probably start thinking about it again come September. So yeah. Oh, Jillian, I love your rings. I stare at them all the time. Thank you. Thank you very much. What modern vintage 31, what did you think of Crazy Rich Asians? I mean, I thought it was a cute movie. I thought it was really lighthearted. I think the whole idea of Crazy Rich Asians is, it's a stereotype, and it's a very, how do I say this? It's a stereotype very based in reality right now. So, so yeah, I don't know. It didn't bother me, but I'm not like, yes, Crazy Rich Asians. It's, it was a cute movie. And then the concept of it, I'm like, whatever, there's trends. We'll say that there's trends. Have ever thought of designing jewelry? No, I don't think that's for me. I actually took a jewelry making class. Talk about fussy, really, really fussy. Not for me. Have you ever met Tom Ford? No, I've never met Tom Ford. He should have you on his payroll. I would. Tom Ford, if you're watching. Blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Why and how? I saw a kid question. Why and how did you decide to not have kids? This is a question from Beauty in the Eats. I don't know. I just have never wanted kids. It wasn't like I wanted them and something happened and then I changed my mind. I just have never had the desire. I just, as so many of my friends would have said, I just have to have children. I need to have children. And it was inexplicable. And for me, it's just the other way. It's just like, I just don't want children, inexplicably. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hi, Cherry Celeste. Stumbled on this live chat. Do you read nonfiction? If so, what are your favorite books? I have read nonfiction. Lately I've been reading a lot of, I guess you could call them self-help books. But my favorite as of late is Simon Sinek's Finding Your Why. And it really is just about like figuring out what truly motivates you. And it's way beyond anything like money, or fame or power. Like all of those things are really a result of what actually gets you out of bed. And so that was really, really interesting. Really, really interesting book. And he's I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He does a lot of like TED Talk type things. There's a ton of videos on YouTube. Simon Sinek. He's really wonderful. And he has just a really kind of nonchalant way of presenting really intelligent information. Let me see. Am I missing anything? Do you have a plan to shoot and upload a daily vlog? No, I don't. I don't understand how people do that. I think I'm older, so I'm of a generation where like whipping out your phone and kind of recording everything is not only is it very odd, it's very awkward. It makes me very self-conscious. I mean, maybe one day I'll get over it and we'll maybe try and do a vlog. But that, I don't know. It just makes me kind of uncomfortable. It's like I like living in the moment, and then to have to think to, pull out my camera and record it is very, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird to me. Yasmin is wondering, what is your guilty pleasure? Well, makeup. Makeup is definitely one, and food. Food is definitely the other one. French fries would be at the top of the food list. Hi, Rebecca. Best restaurant in New York City. I love here and I love your recommendations. Thank you. I have a lot. I have a lot of New York City restaurant recommendations. I would say my favorite is probably Gramercy Tavern, and maybe, and these are both Danny Meyer restaurants, so you know I like a certain kind, and maybe tied with Maialino, which is in the Gramercy Park Hotel. I love those two. Love them. What is it? Whoa, sorry, my chat keeps jumping. What are the top 3 things you like about your husband? I like that he is, what's the word? He's very, very calm. He's just a very understated kind of person. I don't think he's actually calm. I think there's actually a lot going on inside, but he doesn't let it show. And he just has a very, very calm demeanor. I'll say that. So that's one thing. So he just puts whoever's around him, he just kind of puts them at ease. And I really like that. I like that about someone. I don't like people that like put you on edge. I don't know if anyone likes that, but I don't like people that like kind of rile you up. I don't. That's not my thing. What else? He's very intelligent, very, very intelligent. So that would be number 2. Number 3 is, you know, he's just a really big softie. I tend to be, you know, I'm not a very romantic person. I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm very, very logical. I'm not very emotional. I think I was saying before, like, I don't get stressed out very easily. I'm just like, yeah, I'm very like flatline. And he is a little bit more emotional. He's a big softie, so, and can be very romantic. And so he'll bring that out in me. And so I appreciate that. And I really do like that about him. Maisie Daisy, what does your husband think about your YouTube channel? He thinks it's great. You know, again, we're of this generation where it's like, so you're telling me that I can turn on a camera and talk about stuff and people will actually like listen? Like, it's still fascinating to us. He just got onto Facebook, like literally just got onto Facebook maybe less than a year ago. And so now he's fascinated. He's like, wow, I can keep track of all these people now. I don't have to like call them or whatever. So anyway, we're just really, really fascinated by social media. Who are some of your role models? I'm definitely, and I know this is probably a boring and common answer, but my parents, for sure, for sure. I don't know 2 people that have worked harder than they have. So they're amazing role models, and they, you know, they managed to come to, they're immigrants, so they managed to come to a different country where they both barely spoke the language and managed to raise 2 kids, and send them to college, and, you know, and show up every day and go to work every day without a complaint. So yeah, my parents for sure. Let me see. Please do a video with your hubs. I don't think so. I think he would be like, no. He's not into actually being on camera. Molly Jane, what advice would you give for someone wanting to start a YouTube channel? What editing software is good? The advice for anyone wanting to start a YouTube channel is to just start it. Just start with whatever you have, with whatever you got. Because you'll think it to death. And if you don't start today, I mean, think about now, and think about maybe when you started thinking about doing a YouTube channel. If you had just started it then, how far would you be by now? So that is definitely my advice. Just start. And what editing software is good? I just use iMovie. That's the one that comes on like the Mac, the Apple computers. I just use iMovie. A lot of people graduate to Final Cut Pro, which is software that you have to purchase for the MacBook. And then after that, there's like Premiere Pro, which is like an Adobe program. I've tried all of those, and I've just stuck with iMovie. I'm like, you know what? I'm not making a documentary. I just need to cut out dead air. I just need to cut out when I sound like an idiot, and that's it. So yeah, I really like iMovie. It's very, very easy to learn. It's pretty intuitive. It's pretty limiting, but it's pretty intuitive. How did you Oh, how did you meet Mona Khan? So the glam Dr. Mona Khan, this is actually very interesting. I watched her on YouTube. I feel like when I started watching YouTube, I want to say this was maybe 5 years ago, there really weren't a lot of channels that focused on luxury beauty. And she was one of them. And she would do hauls. And it was funny because I don't know if you guys have watched her for this long, but she would haul products, but her face wouldn't be in it. So she would just kind of have the camera, like facing her dresser or whatever. She would talk about products. And so I was always curious about this woman. Is she actually a doctor? This and that. And I continued to watch her. And then I moved to Vegas. So this is before I moved to Vegas. Then I moved to Vegas and I actually met a makeup lover here who's actually on here. Hi, Carla. Carla has become a very good friend of mine. And she was part of a Facebook group. And she was like, you should join the Facebook group. And I was like, oh, I'm barely on Facebook. Again, social media. I'm barely on Facebook. She said, the glam Dr. Mona Khan is a member. I was like, really? So I joined the Facebook group and we just kind of started commenting on each other's. Sorry. Miss Fuzzy Butters is really going at this bully stick. You okay, baby? Okay. No, it's taking it from me. Now she needs to hide it from me. So we just started commenting and we started kind of messaging over Facebook or whatever. And then, hi, Takashi. So I can't remember how it happened, but I think she was like, I need to come to Vegas. Was it for work? Or I forget now why she had to come to Vegas her first trip, because she's been here, since then, and I know that has been for work. But her first trip here, she just was like, "Hey, can I stay with you?" I was like, "Sure," and we just hung out and we just clicked like I knew we would. So she's awesome. She's awesome. Costas, your skin is so smooth. Have you ever had Botox? I've never had Botox. I am not into needles in my face. And I think it's something my mother has always drilled into my head. She's like, do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself happy or whatever. But she's like, never the face. She's like, basically from the face down, do whatever you want. But she's like, never the face. And I'm like, okay. So, so I just never do anything with my face. I probably have had enough facials that you can count on one hand. Yeah, I really just don't like, fucking with my face. So does Mona go to bed at 8 and wake up at 4 with you as she stays in LV? So Cindy's wondering if Mona keeps my schedule when she's here. No, she does not. There's actually, she's a doctor. I don't understand how she does what she does, but she's a doctor. She does YouTube on the side. And she's busy. She's really busy. And she's an OBGYN. So sometimes she has to deliver babies. So her schedule is nuts. So when she came here, she actually, I was like, look, this is your vacation. So you do whatever you want. You tell me whatever you want to do. I'll just be here. And she slept in. She napped. And it was nice. It was nice to see her kind of like rest and relax. So no, she did not keep my schedule. Okay. I've never visited Australia. Do I have any hidden talents? I don't think so. Maybe hidden from you guys is that I knit. I don't know. Is that a hidden talent? That's about it. I used to play piano, but I stopped in high school. And I don't even think I could read music anymore. Yeah, I don't think I have zero hidden talents. Hi, Norway. Oh my goodness, how are you? I bet it is like daylight all the time there now, right? Am I thinking of that correctly? Yeah, summertime. Yeah. What would you say is your worst trait? I'm a procrastinator. So Sarah C is wondering what my worst trait is. I would say that I typically have a very long span of patience. And it's funny because my husband would say it probably happens once a month and we know when that is, but I'll turn into the Hulk. I will turn into the Hulk about once a month. Like the littlest thing will just set me off and I'll lose my mind. I'm ashamed to say I'll lose my mind. I calm down pretty quickly, but it's like an explosive anger and then I'm okay. I don't throw things or anything like that, but I get like as green as the Hulk gets is like as red as I get. So yeah, that's my thing. And my husband is always like, he's like, I'm married to the Hulk. Okay, so there's only 3 hours of darkness in Norway. I think that's amazing. Amazing. Please visit Norway. I would love to visit Norway. I would love to visit Norway, Sweden, Denmark, like all the Scandinavian countries. I would absolutely love that. I need to plan a European vacation. Hi, Russia. Hello. Hi, Kate. Hey, Jen. Oh, Jen is saying, oh, I'm not going to read that out loud. That's embarrassing. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, St. Louis. Susan, do you find it fascinating that people listen to you? I do. Well, just to give you a little background on me, one of the jobs, so of course, I used to work in corporate America, and the last job that I had before I left to do hand knitwear design was that I worked in IT. And one of the major things I did was training. So as shy as I can be and as introverted as I am, it pretty much got beaten out of me doing this job, training, because I would have to train, partners, I would have to do one-on-one thing, whatever. I kind of got over the idea of public speaking or whatever, and that and that people listen to me. And then in knitting, because you just can't make enough money kind of just selling patterns. Most knitwear designers, they'll teach or they'll do talks or they'll show up at retreats and they'll do, keynote talks and things like that. So I did a lot of that also. So anyway, I've done a lot of talking to people who listen to me. Melanie Shea's wondering, what is your favorite novel? I loved The Hours. I loved that movie also. I read the book first and then I saw the movie, loved it. I do love Orlando by Virginia Woolf. That is a good one. I kind of have a lot. You know what? I just remembered one of my favorite nonfiction books. So not a novel, but it is my memory. I think that's the worst part about getting older is my memory. It's like you'll recall something and then it'll just fade. It is, oh my God, someone help me. It is that book about the serial killer in Chicago during their World's Fair. And it's like the White Devil in Big City, something like that. Anyway, that book is one of my all-time favorite books, but it's not a novel. It's not Devil in the White City. Thank you so much. I was like, what did I say? White Devil? Oh my God. That's so racist. I'm sorry. I did not mean that. Devil in the White City. Yes, about H.H. Holmes and his crazy, like killer house. I almost said fun house. Oh my God, I'm on a roll today. Leah, what were you like in high school? Ugh, not good. I did sports. So I did field hockey in the fall. That was my sport. I loved field hockey. And my favorite subjects were calculus and art. I just loved open studio. And when you got to be a senior, it was like you had like free periods and I would always be in the art studio. So anyway, yeah. So that was me in high school, just kind of weird. Michelle, what is your biggest fear? I've been asked this before and I can't really, I think, and this is so stupid, but I think the one thing that stops me in my track, and it's completely illogical and irrational, which fear is big bugs. I really, really hate big, crunchy bugs. And you would think living in New York City that I would have gotten used to roaches and water bugs. But no. Actually, there was a cricket in my house the other day, and I was just screaming for my husband to come upstairs and kill it. I was just frozen. I couldn't move. It was like this little thing in the hallway anyway. And I was like, I can't walk past it. It may jump on me. So yeah, bugs. I just, biggest fear, unusual. Oh my God, mannequins and wax figures. That's Sarah C's biggest fear. They're definitely creepy. They're definitely creepy. Someone's asking how tall I am. I'm 5 feet 5 inches. So I'm pretty, I think that's average. Are you still going to, whoa, where did that go? Are you still going to Orange Theory? I'm trying to decide if I should join. I am still going to Orange Theory, and I really enjoy it. I mean, I've been going for, wait, how long have I been living here? About a year and a half. I started in January. God, I don't know, about a year and a half. And I love it. I like to be able to kind of tune out when I work out. Before I joined Orange Theory, I ran a lot, but I ran so much that I can't run anymore. But what I loved about running was that it was like me time. You know, it was like you could totally zone everything out and just run, you know, and just think, and you know, everything would just kind of fall away. And and I know Orange Theory doesn't seem like that, but you don't have to think. You just have to do what they tell you to do. So I don't like having to go to the gym and like come up with a routine or, you know, just basically think too much. It's kind of like me time for me, working out. So I do really, really enjoy Orange Theory, but I've heard a lot of people, they burn out very quickly because it can tend to feel monotonous, because even though the workout changes every time, it's like the same aspects of it. So my advice to you would just to get like a pack of classes, you know, a 10 pack, and just go and maybe like re-up on that every once in a while so that you don't burn out. Unless you're like me, you just don't want to think about it. It's great for that. Jed, I've seen you wearing glasses. Are you short-sighted? Do you wear contacts? I do wear glasses, and I am wearing contacts generally. I have astigmatism, so I'm not short or farsighted. I'm just blind. I'm just as blind as a bat. And I started, fun fact about me, I started wearing glasses when I was 2.5. So my mom, who's awesome, she like kind of like watched me watching TV, and like my head was kind of angled back, you know, and I was teeny tiny. I'm sitting on the couch, and my head was, and she would just kind of keep pushing my head forward, and I would just eventually, she would see me like try and focus, and then like my head would turn back. So she took me to the eye doctor, and he was like, oh, your daughter has astigmatism. So I had these little itty bitty glasses. But yeah, I wore glasses all throughout high school, and then when I got to college, I switched over to contacts. Whoa. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Oops. Do you wear makeup when you work out? I do not. I definitely do not wear makeup when I work out. I like to work out first thing in the morning. Like I like to do like a bedroll into my workout clothing and just get in the car and go. If I don't, it's like it probably isn't going to happen. So no makeup, no makeup for me. Love your reviews and demos, but do you do anything similar for knitting? I don't. I don't. I used to, you know, knitting, people have asked me to do more knitting videos on YouTube or whatever. It's kind of a sticky situation for me, because when you, like I was saying before, if you do what I do, you have to supplement your income with teaching. You know, you'll go to yarn stores and teach, you'll go to retreats, you'll teach or whatever. And they usually have you sign a contract to say you're not going to teach anywhere else. And so this, if I were to do a type of demo or showing of a technique, I'd be teaching someplace else. So I just kind of just stopped doing knitting videos. It just kind of gets complicated, and I don't like complicated. Do you have any sisters or brothers? I have an older brother. He still lives in New York. Oh my gosh, Mayak is here. So Mayak Tibetan Fibers, if you guys are knitters out there, it is like the best yarn ever. And Paula, who is the owner of one of the owners of Mayak, is on here right now. And yes, I am coming to New York soon. I'm going to be in New York City the first 2 weeks in August. So That's in a couple weeks, and I just want to let you guys know that content's going to slow down a little bit. I think I'll be able to pre-film for that first week I'm there, and then the second week I'm there, I'm going to try and film a little bit while I'm there and just kind of post them. But I'm probably going to be filming on my iPhone. Maybe I'll do some live streams while I'm there, maybe while I'm shopping or whatever. But it's going to be, my content's going to be a little choppy while I'm there, just so you know. Do you get recognized often? And if so, is it weird? Any good stories, crazy fans, or awkward scenarios? So it's funny because I first started getting recognized. Sorry, I'm like stumbling over my words. But the first time I started getting recognized was because of knitting. And when I first started my YouTube channel, I did knitting content. And so knitters started to watch me. That's when people started to recognize me, because otherwise they didn't know what you look like. They would buy your patterns, but they don't know what the designer looks like generally. So it kind of started with that. And it's funny now that I'm looking back, but there are very, very big like yarn shows. I'll call them conventions for lack of a better word. And the first convention I went to after I started YouTube, so many people came up to me and they wanted to take pictures with me, whatever. So it was great, but I was really caught off guard, really, really caught off guard. It was a convention that I went to all the time. It was kind of like nice. It was outdoors, it was just kind of like, again, it was like me time. And so I was really, really taken aback, and I had to leave. Not that I was getting mobbed, but I was like, now I'm exhausted. So anyway, I kind of got over that because that was my first kind of bombardment of that. And now on the rare occasion that I do get recognized, people are like, oh my God, are you? They always start with, are you? And they stop. And I'm always like, I don't know where they're going. First of all, they may think I'm someone else. We'll start there. But if they do think I'm me, I'm like, is it knitting or is it makeup? Like, I never know. I'm always like, like, give me more. And then it's fine. And then it's great. So it hasn't been, not since that first moment, it hasn't been awkward, because I just, I usually try and hug the person or whatever. I'll just say thank you. And, that's it. How did you get started in knitwear designing? It was just really random, honestly. Like I mentioned, I used to run a lot. So I had run in the New York City Marathon one year, which is in November. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to take the winter off after I ran the marathon. It was kind of, my legs didn't feel well. And I was getting bored. And so I was like, what can I do that's completely sedentary? I was like, what can I do that's productive, but completely sedentary? And actually a friend of mine just said, why don't you knit? Like, you're good with your hands or whatever. It seems like something you would like to do. So anyway, long story short, I started knitting. I started sample knitting for other hand knitwear designers. And then they were like, well, why don't you design yourself? And I said, why not? I'll give it a shot. So I did, and then that's just how I started. And then I was actually able to join like a design team. It was still freelance, but I was part of a design team. And that's when I left my corporate job. I was like, awesome, I'm going to do this full time. So yeah. Gosh, sorry. I start to read a question and then my chat jumps. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Yay or nay, Nicole is here. So my very good friend, Nicole, yay or nay, Nicole, she has a YouTube channel here. So definitely check her out. She is just wonderful. I could just go into it, but she's just wonderful. Check her out. Yay or nay, Nicole, all one word. Nicole's talking about how she started wearing glasses at 5. Okay, I finally got LASIK. What's my biggest purchase regret? I don't know. I don't have a lot of regrets. Let me think. I'm sure I do. Here's a regret. I bought, it was kind of like a cropped, double-breasted, like fluffy shearling. It had a big collar, like shearling coat. It was like, kind of like a light beige color, but like the fur on the inside, which I didn't realize in the light looked kind of baby pink. It was like that kind of taupe color where it like kind of could be like a light pink. And it was just all wrong because it's fluffy because it's like shearling. And so it's big. It makes you look really padded, but then it was cropped. So I'm like, what use is like a really warm coat that's just cropped? It was just really stupid. And then the collar was too big and the fluffy shearling was just like in my mouth all the time. So it was bad. I wore it maybe like twice. And that was that. Oh, Yolanda's wondering, which is your favorite dessert? Well, I really like ice cream. But I'm more of a vanilla and less of a chocolate. So I like, I don't know, like strawberry shortcake type stuff. You know, like if it's a yellow cake with like vanilla ice cream on top and like strawberries, that gets me every time. Or anything with like peanut butter. Anything with like peanut butter, I love. Anything with caramel, I love. Lately, I've had the craving for donuts. Donuts. Awful. Awful. Wanda, are you going to the New York City yarn crawl? I am not. I also don't know when it is. It was in the fall, and then I think they switched it to the spring. But I am not planning on going to the yarn crawl. Let me scroll down. Louise is here. Hi, Louise Sharpie. So Louise is a subscriber of mine that I swear has been here from the beginning. Louise, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like, and she comments on like every video. So I feel like I know you, Louise. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Hi. Oh my gosh, Ireland. It's 1 a.m. there. Oh, well, thank you. I hope you don't have insomnia. I hope that's not the case. Oh, Rugged Glam. Hi, Rugged Glam. Oh my gosh, you have a great channel too. Rugged Glam. If you're into luxury shoes and luxury makeup, check out Rugged Glam. Reese's all the way. Yeah, I'm a sucker for Reese's. What type of toppings do you like on your ice cream? I like cookie, like broken up cookie type toppings. At the place, like there's a yogurt land near me, which has like frozen yogurt, and you can, and then they have a toppings bar. They have like little cube like pound cake. I really like that. Yeah. Anything kind of like vanilla-y. I don't know. I'm just not a chocolate fan. Oh my God, 3 a.m. in Greece, 2 a.m. in Germany. My God, I hope you guys don't have to wake up early for work tomorrow. That's all I have to say. But thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, Jill is wondering if I have a favorite fragrance. So, you know, for the longest time, it was Jo Malone's Grapefruit. And then just recently, I think one has taken over. Is it? I can't pull it out. But it's the Maison Francis Kirkjan Aqua Universalis. So Aqua Universalis is the name of the scent, and Kirkjan is the brand name, and it's wonderful, wonderful. I love it. It's really fresh. It's unisex. Like the grapefruit is a little bit more feminine because it's a little sweet, but the Aqua Universalis is a little bit more unisex. It just smells really, really clean. Yes, it's a mouthful. Oh, what is your favorite? Jane is asking what my favorite burger topping is. A fried egg. That is my favorite burger topping. And blue cheese. Blue cheese, fried egg, rare burger. Oh, Rugged Glam, you just started keto. I do paleo. I try and do paleo. And yeah. It's like as soon as I start paleo, all I want is a donut. It's ridiculous. What is the one thing you will never do again? What is the one thing I will never do again? Well, I never like to say never, but I'm going to play along. I think the first answer that popped into my head is work in corporate America. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm like, I can't even expound on that. I just don't. I can't do the sit at a desk and have a boss. Oh, here we go. Fave kind of donut. I like the kind that it's just like plain, like vanilla cake, yellow cake with like the crunchy sugar, like the turbinado sugar on it. I really like that. Yeah, the deep fried ones that just have like the crunchy sugar on there. Jasmine, what type of shower person are you? Foam everywhere, like on the legs, arms, or just the smelly parts? I'm a foam everywhere. I'm a foam everywhere. I really like to feel clean. Oh, Peggy, tips for clearing up your eczema. I'm just going to say it because there's a lot of products out there that I think can help once it comes out on your skin. But I think to actually prevent it or to actually help it from actually flaring up is your diet, for sure. I would totally recommend an elimination diet. I would get rid of grains, dairy, soy, anything with lecithin, sugars, anything processed. Just really, really clean. Do it for a couple months and then slowly start to add stuff back in, just one at a time, like dairy for like a month and see if it flares up. And that's the only way I think you'll be able to figure out what is actually causing the eczema. Because I'm like 99% sure I'm not a dermatologist. I am not a doctor in any way, but I feel like it is diet related. And a lot of people are like, no, for me, it's the environment. But I'm like, but if you cleaned up your diet, your skin would be able to react to your environment better. So that, at least for me, has been the biggest change, for sure. So what are your hobbies? What do you do when you're not working or shooting YouTube videos? Well, it used to be knitting, but that kind of turned into work. And so I don't really do a lot of knitting anymore. I do like to spin, and that's turning fiber into yarn. So I do like to do that. That's kind of like the one hobby I have. I really like shopping, and not, to purchase stuff, but I like just going to the mall and window shopping. I like looking at clothes. That's something I used to have to do for work. I'd look at cuts and like how sleeves would be set in, for example, or whatever. And so now it's sort of, again, it's like this me time. I can go and kind of like sift through racks and stuff and just look at different colors and patterns and pairings and, just see what's like on trend, what people are buying. Yeah, so window shopping is a hobby of mine. Jessica, oh my God, I've always wanted to spin yarn. That's so cool. It is my yoga. I don't personally like yoga, but it is so meditative. Rugged Glam is asking, are you a more shop in person or online? I feel like I window shop in person, but I actually make purchases online. I don't know what that is. I think maybe it's because I don't really like the interaction with people, with the sales associates. I've gotten better with it because of the whole makeup thing, and I'll actually just like counter people. But I think that's what it is. That's my suspicion. It's also just a lot easier online, and you can just return it if it doesn't work. I don't know. And I can like try like clothing on like at home. You know what I mean? So anyway, what's your favorite couture fashion house? Modern Vintage 31 is asking. That is a hard one because I like a few for different reasons. I mean, I love Chanel because it's Chanel and it's so iconic. And what Karl Lagerfeld did with it was, I mean, amazing. To take, if you think about the idea of like the Chanel tweed and to basically use it in every collection in all of those different ways and just to keep it all looking Chanel is just absolutely amazing to me. So I do love Chanel, but I just, I love, like Valentino, Oscar de la Renta, and just how beautiful their gowns are. And like in terms of like modern day couture, I really love Alexander McQueen and what Sarah Burton has done with it since his unfortunate demise. But she is wonderful, like the handwork that she's done. McQueen was obviously much more avant-garde. And I feel like she's the real kind of like craftsman, like her beading and the lace. It's just amazing. So yeah. Jumping, sorry. McQueen all the way. What is one of your best childhood memories? You guys are gonna laugh. I was actually just thinking about this the other day. But you know, both of my parents are from China. And so they didn't grow up with a lot of sweets or whatever. And so we just never really had dessert at home, which is maybe why I'm not really a dessert person. But every once in a while, my mother would allow my father to bring home ice cream. And he would stop into Friendly's. I think that's a Northeastern thing. I don't think they have them out here. But Friendly's is kind of like a diner. They call it like a family restaurant, but they're known for their ice cream. And he would get a half gallon of ice cream. And, you know, of course, I'd wait for my dad to come home from work, and I would, you know, look. And if he had the Friendly's bag, which was a white bag back then, it was like a white bag with red script on it. If he had that in his hand, I mean, my night was made. My night was made. So anyway, that is one of my absolute favorite childhood memories, and probably why I love ice cream. Who made the white ruffle neck Victorian? Oh, so that white shirt that I wear sometimes in my videos, it has a ruffle neck here. That is actually from Nordstrom. It's by Halogen, which is a Nordstrom brand. And they had it, I feel like I've had that shirt for over a year now. Yeah, and I purchased it. And, you know, to be perfectly honest, it doesn't like actually sit that well on me. It's very straight in the body, but it's not long enough to tuck in. So just kind of like, it doesn't hang right. And so it's great for video because you guys can only see this part, but it's a little bit awkward. Yeah, it's just a little bit awkward down here. So I don't actually wear that shirt out in public very often. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, just a couple more minutes. I figure we'll stop this at 5:15. And hi, baby. Just one second, mommy's almost done. If I love Victorian inspired design, check out Erdem. I love Erdem. I love Erdem. You know, I'm not really a floral print person, but when he does it, yeah, he does it right. He does it right. Oh, Holly's wondering, on any other bags than Givenchy Pandora. I do love that bag. I love the Givenchy, the Nightingale. I have a couple of those. That's a good one too. Yeah, you know, it's funny in New York, like your handbag is like your armor because you're always out, you're always walking around, and it was like such a status symbol. Here, you're always in your car, and I'm like, my bag is sitting in my like passenger seat. So now, like when I get out of my car and I need to run an errand, like very rarely do I even grab my whole bag. I'll just grab like my wallet and my keys, you know, my phone, and I'll just run and I'll do it. So it's so weird how, yeah. I used to really be into handbags, and I love them. You know, I love looking at the different shapes and stuff, but I'm just not that, I don't know. I'm not as like crazy about them. I was really bad crazy. Ask my husband. I was really, really bad crazy. Bye, Barb. See you next time. Can you please show your purse collection? Okay. I'll have to like actually like dust them off and like clean them off a little bit. I really have not taken good care of them. Some are in dust bags, some aren't. But yeah, I will try and get a handbag collection together. That's actually probably pretty embarrassing. I'm not embarrassed by my makeup collection, but I am about my purses for some reason. So, okay. Katie is sharing some info about the Chantecaille Future Skin in vanilla. Oh, okay. It dries down pinkier. So maybe I'll need to get some samples of that. Oh, okay. Miss Butters, your presence has been requested. Hold on. Oh, your bowling stick is so gross. Here, give it to mommy. Give it to mommy, baby. Oh, you're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Oh. Okay. Hey. Miss Fuzzy Butters. She has an Instagram account, by the way, if you want to follow her. It's Miss Fuzzy Butters, all one word. And I try and post on there like once a day. So yeah. Oh, how old is she? She is, her birthday's in September, so she's almost 2 years old. She's like a year and 10 months or whatever. And she'll be 2. Yeah. How was your bully stick, baby? How was your bully stick? Oh, you're getting heavy. You're getting heavy. You ready? Now you ready for dinner? All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And thank you again for helping me reach, I'm getting tired. Thank you so much for helping me reach 60K. It's been an amazing ride so far. I say we take it all the way. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already before you leave. Yeah, and give this live stream a thumbs up if you want, if you enjoyed it. Hopefully YouTube's algorithm will pick it up and recommend it to others. But it was so great having you here, and thank you so much. I do have a okay, baby. I do have a new video going up tomorrow morning, so keep an eye out for that. And I will see you guys in my next live stream. Oh my gosh. Good night. Bye, guys.